the problem.
Yeah,
You
love.
will never solve
Yeah,
the problem
love.
with hatred.
Wrap that
You
shit
will
up.
never
Yeah,
solve the
love.
problem with hatred.
Love. Love. There's only two
I
commandments.
love you.
Love your
I
brothers
love you.
and
I
love the
you.
Lord your
I
God.
love you. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love.
I
Love.
you.
Love.
Hey, you don't
Love.
fucking believe me.
Let's close out.
We went to CVS and bought some.
Shalom. Giving all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well, peace and salutations as always to the elect. And boy, oh boy, as you can see here on the screen, your boy Esau Edom is feeling the heat. Okay, because we know, all right, him and Eve, all right, are the two entities that cannot take criticism. All right, they're the victim, all right, and the villain. Now, as you can see here on the screen, all right, because what's happening in the world right now? Of course, all right, the remnant are raising up, all right, or being raised up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, which is likened into a testimony against Esau Edom. Okay, the chariots are here. Okay, none of Esau's plans are working. Okay, everything that he's put in his hand to do, all right, it's a likened into a drunken man in his own vomit. All right, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. Okay, this taco sauce that they're trying to put on everybody's taco, all right, is being found out to be poison. Okay, you know we're talking about that thing. Okay, it's destroying people. People are finding out that they've been bamboozled. There's riots, there's uproars. Okay, everywhere this man looks, he's dealing with issues. Okay, but in the midst of it all, like I said, here it is. There's a target on his back. Okay, people are starting to question him. Okay, you have this critical race theory that has been proposed to be put in school systems. All right, and they're losing their mind because it brings out the truth of how America was really founded. And what are they saying? Enough is enough. So here it is. You have this article here. Florida GOP pushes bill to shield Edomites from discomfort of racist past. Okay. Now, the system of Edomite supremacy is built upon what? Constantly reminding our people how degenerate they are. All right. Via the entertainment or via what comes on the radio. Who runs these things? Edomites. Okay. But as we're being raised up in these latter days, what is one of our jobs? Okay. To declare his way to his face. As a matter of fact, let's start off with that. Then we'll get into this article. I have two of them pulled up. All right. This is Job 21 and 29. Have ye not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens? Okay. Now, when you read this chapter, it's speaking of how the wicked seem to, constantly, build and win and pass down wealth unto their children. Their houses are safe from fear. All right. They eat the best of the best, while they feed you trash. Animals that die of themselves. They feed them to you. Okay. But here it is, as it says here in verse 10, their bull gendereth and fell it not. Their cow calveth and cast it not her calf. Meaning pretty much their cattle are healthy. They don't eat the trash that you're sitting here eating here in Babylon the Great and scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Because wherever the Israelites are, they make sure that nothing but poison is readily available to you. All right, they have these freaky parties where they put on these masks and they dance and they spend their days in wealth. But as it says here, in a moment, they're going to go down into the grave. Now, as you read down, to the point where I was, And this is going to be the future of you Edomites. All right, but I'll just go to the point that I was at. 29, it says, have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do you not know their tokens? And you can only know their tokens when you come into the congregation of the Lord. When you go into any other philosophy, okay, you're only confused. You're not really, you may address him as an issue, but you don't really understand why you're in this position. You don't understand why he's in the position he's in. You don't understand who he really is. Okay, you label him white, which only forwards the confusion. And as Neely Fuller says, if you don't understand the system of Edomite supremacy, everything else you put your hand to do, okay, including your so-called marriage, your business, what happens in day-to-day life, what's being put on the news, the entertainment system, everything else will confuse you, right? But we have, through the spirit of power and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, been awakened to the true understanding. And there's no such thing as so-called white. He's an Edomite, right? And his destruction is going to be dynamite. So, Job 21 and 29, have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do you not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction, and they shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him for what he have done? Now, when you get the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, as a matter of fact, let's get that. Okay. Let's get that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and 1. It talks about how what? The righteous man, okay, is going to stand in great boldness. So we're the one that's going to declare his way to his face. And that's likened into a testimony when you go into prophecy, okay? Let's get Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, real quick. And boy, oh boy, these Edomites are scared, man. They're hurt. They're being interrogated. They're being cross-examined. And they're being found out to be the devil. Okay? The Lord has put a very, very reprobate spirit on them. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors, man. And that righteous man is the Israelite man. Okay? And who's made no account of our labors? This whole system. Okay? Including our own people. But who's at the forefront, all right, of the mindset, all right, that we're degenerates and 3/5 of a human being, and that we don't bring nothing to the table. We're lazy. We're this, we're that. Esau. It's his pseudoscience that pushes those mindsets and preset positions about who the true Israelites are. They call you black, Mexican, Hispanic, Native American. They give you a watered down version of your history of who you are. But there is one thing that cannot be denied and that's their atrocities against you. Okay? So the righteous man is standing in great boldness, and it's likened unto what? A testimony. Okay? And what does the scripture say about a witness or a testimony? Because that's what a witness does. This is Deuteronomy 17 and 6. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses, which there's 2 witnesses, which are fulfilled in the prophets, northern and southern kingdom, okay, Judah and Ephraim, who are being raised up starting here at Babylon the Great and all throughout the 4 corners of the earth. The servants, the prophets, man. Okay, the tabernacle of David. Out of the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death. That's how you know he's coming. Because people who have testimonies and who were witnesses, all right, to what the fugitive did are dangerous. Now, how are we going to overcome this devil? And then we're going to get into that article and get a few other scriptures. Revelation, the 12th chapter. Okay. Revelation, the 12th chapter. Let's start at 10. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, now has come salvation in the strength of our kingdom, of our God, and the power of his anointed, Hamashiach Yahushai. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which according to 2 Esdras 6 and 9, Esau is the end of the world. So all of the scriptures link, if you have ears to hear and eyes to see, which accused them before our God day and night. Now, all of those accusations that he's placed upon us, the remnant elect are standing up in these latter days, departing from those things. This is why we don't label ourselves black. This is why we put the thug culture and all of these various different things that have been tied to who we really are. We put them behind. We don't present ourselves as these things, which makes this man angry. It frustrates him. You see, he's being cast down now. All right. We were cast down. Now it's his turn to be cast down. And cast down means to be in a low state. And that's where he is. That's why the scriptures say, sit thou in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. You didn't think about the latter end of your actions. Okay, does not it say that in Isaiah the 47th chapter? Okay, and that's how you ran the earth. Okay, with no fear. All right, no thought of what could come from your actions. Okay. And the people who follow after you in your vibration live the same way. That's why you see nothing but judgments going out. This is Isaiah 47 and 7. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever. As a matter of fact, Isaiah 47 and 6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and give them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou verily laid thy yoke. And thou hast said, I shall be a lady forever. So thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, your mind, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. You Edomites didn't think about the latter end of your actions. Okay, so now you're being overcame, starting at the blood of Yahushai, verse 11 in Revelation 12, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. Okay, and by the word of their testimony. You see that? And by the word of their testimony. So you are being overcame by the testimony. Let's look up this word, overcame him. All right. The word is nikaho, to conquer, to carry off the victory, to become victorious. Victorious over his foes. And we do have foes. Our people are still of the mindset that they don't have enemies. Okay. When one is arraigned or goes to law, which we're in a time of judgment, to win the case or maintains one's cause. Okay. To overcome. So how are we going to overcome? Not by our own righteousness. Okay. But by what? By the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they love not their lives unto the death. All right. And see, Esau is getting ready to try to play on everyone's flesh and emotion with all of these mandates and lies. And it's getting out of hand. But that's not going to move the elect, because we understand that we're just passing through here, man. So the devil here, as you read here, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. And this is proof. This is proof. Okay. Florida GOP pushes bill to shield Edomites from discomfort of racist past, because you have critical race theory. All right. So let's read it. It says, the bill pushed by Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. All right. And the Lord got him, bucking up against, the mandates. But, look at what else he's doing. And you Edomites are in disarray. And just because you see one of them bucking up against the juice mandates, that don't make him righteous. It's just that they're a divided people, a kingdom divided. All right, like vocab and the Christians and Sam Shaman and all of the rest of them, they're all divided because they're getting ready to crumble. Okay? They're through. Okay? The governor, Ron DeSantis, takes aim at critical race theory, though it doesn't mention it explicitly. A bill pushed by Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis that would prohibit schools and private businesses from making Edomites feel discomfort when they teach students or train employees about discrimination in the nation's past. Okay? And we're going to get the scripture in Sirach, man. You know, that your past is coming back to haunt you, because remember, a man shall be known in his children. That's how people who you think got away in the past, they pay through their children. Why do you think we're in this decrepit situation here? We're suffering a judgment for what our fathers did. That's in the book of Lamentations. Our fathers have sinned and are not. They've passed away and gone, but we have borne their iniquity. So what do you think is getting ready to happen to you Edomites, according to Isaiah, the 14th chapter and the 21st verse? Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. That's how the Lord judges. And they feel it. If you were an Edomite, wouldn't you feel it? Okay, they know they know that they're what they've done is atrocious. They know it. All right, but the pride of their heart have deceived them. But this right here, the fact that he is pushing this bill lets you know, man, they're hurt. The Senate Education Committee approved a bill that takes aim at critical race theory. All right. Now, for years in schools, they taught all these lies, you know, the pilgrims, and, you know, they came and they loved the Indians, and, you know, the Christopher Columbus discovered America, you know, and then, you know, of recent, they've been trying to take out particular things out of particular books that expose the truth of what they did, because they're hurt. They know that they're in the time of judgment. They feel it. The chariots are here. The scriptures say the chariots should enter where? Into the house of the thief. So now they're trying to control the narrative. They're most likely going to plan some, you know, pseudo alien invasion to, you know, scare people, because they have nothing left but the sword and lies. Okay, so they're getting ready to do all types of things because they're scrambling. Okay, so this is why here it is. Our people, anything that E throws out there, they fall for it. We're in a time of departing from this man. Trusting this man is not the way to go, man, because he's going to do any and everything to get away from his judgment, man, and set you up for the okie doke. All right. It says they approved a bill that takes aim at critical race theory, which in schools they were, you know, supposedly going to teach the truth of why there's so much discrimination, the truth of America's history and what they did. And truth be told, they wasn't going to tell the full truth, but it was going to be something, right? It was going to be something to expose this devil. But they lost their damn minds. Now here it is. They're all about Black Lives Matter, right? They fund that. Okay, they're all about George Floyd. They're all about all of this stuff. But when it came to that critical race theory, it said, though it doesn't mention it explicitly, okay, on party lines, with Republicans in favor and Democrats opposed, because Democrats like to use you Israelites, all right, as pawns in their little schemes, all right, to make it as if they care about you. Okay, look what Joe Biden did, and look where you're at now. Democrats argued the bill isn't needed, would lead to frivolous lawsuits, and said it would amount in censorship in schools. They asked, without success, for real-life examples of teachers or businesses telling students or employees that they are racist because of their race. All right? And that's ultimately where E is. You know, he's like, damn, am I racist just because I'm white and all these various different things? Well, within this system, what your people have done, anyone who looks like you, we have a right to suspect you of being the devil, right? We have a right to do that. Now, we got to weigh things out in the spirit, but anytime we see you, we have the right to be like, what's this dude up to? All right, because this is a particular serpent and a particular kind of snake, all right, that has for ages bit us and injected us with all types of madness. So I have the right to teach my child to watch out for this goddamn snake. All right, but when you do that, oh my God, here you go, you make it, oh my God, I didn't do it. All which you always, the same thing you did as Cain, the same thing you did as the serpent. You blame the woman. You blame Jake, basically. You blame the woman, Eve. Cain, am I my brother's keeper? My punishment is too much for me to bear. After you do all of the wickedness, Esau, you give away the birthright. All right, you're proud, and then you lose, and then you start crying. Well, that's where you are right now, you goddamn devil. It said this bill is not for blacks. This bill was not for any other race. This was directed to make Edomites not feel bad about what happened years ago, said Senator Shervin Jones, who was black, so-called black. At no point did anyone say Edomites should be held responsible for what happened. Okay, well, the scriptures say that. Let's get that in the scriptures. Get that in the scriptures real quick. Okay. First, we're going to get Jeremiah 32 and 18, I believe. Or 18 and 32. Jeremiah 32 and 18. Thou showest love and kindness unto thousands, and recompensest the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them, because you are your fathers. The great, the mighty God, Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, is his name. Okay. What's that? Exodus or Deuteronomy 20, but we'll just jump to the point. Speaking directly to you Edomites. Okay. After you did all of these atrocious things, you think you're just going to get away? Okay. And critical race theory is the last of your worries. Really what you're worried about is this message coming from the prophets. Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Your colonization, man. All right. For I will raise up against them, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, your rank. All right. It's going to be cut out. Your name, your image, everything you've been able to push through this little season, since you've been loosed, starting with your Renaissance period. You're going to be cut off. The remnant and son and nephew, anyone who produces seed. Okay. And all of you Edomites are going to be done away with, to where you won't be able to forward your seed line in the earth anymore. Okay. What's that? Proverbs 21. And you're the only nation of the heathen that has that judgment. No, Psalms 21. Salakia. Give me 1 second. Psalms 21. Psalms 21. So you heard that? Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, man. Psalms 21 and 10. I'll just get to the point. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee with your technology, okay, what you did to his people, what you're doing to the ecosystem, to the earth, to animals. You're gonna reinvent man now, right? You're gonna create a left-hand eternal life. You're gonna raise people from the dead. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do everything. The whole time you're pushing there is no God. You're making and calling people to bow to your image and your works. So they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device. And what's that? That charagma. which they're not able to perform. You're going to lose, man. So going back here, okay, it said at no point did anyone say Edomites should be held responsible for what happened, but what I would ask my Edomite counterparts is, are you an enabler of what happened, or are you going to say we must talk about history? All right, because you had these Jakes, and I had this dude pulled up here. You know, they had a little, their controlled opposition, Let's read a little bit more of this. DeSantis held a news conference last month in which he called critical race theory crap. Okay? Because he don't want to hear nothing about why he is where he is and why we are where we are and what he did. He don't want to hear about that. Okay? And we're the only nation of people that are told to shut up about what happened to us. Okay, even our own people. Well, here it is. We're raising up, and what do? 8 questions the Israelites will never answer. Right? But here it is. Those small hats over there, calling themselves the chosen people of the Most High, they are never questioned. Okay, and they get billions of dollars. You talk about it. Here it is. Our people are looked at as the welfare children, the ones who suck up the resources and everything. But wait a minute. Those small hats get billions of dollars in aid, all right, in reparations. Not only from America, from Germany and all over the world sends aid to those people. Yet they don't get the term welfare baby put on them. But this is how you know we're in our curse. And it's all right, because everything is reversing on you devils. What's that? Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter. We'll get that in a minute. He said he called critical race theory crap and said he would seek legislation that would allow parents to sue schools and employees to sue employers if they were subject to his teaching. So if you went into a classroom and your child learned about, some of the atrocities of America's history and what they did, rape, robbery, murder, lies, experiments, all of this, right? He was going to pass a law that the parents could sue. Little Timmy goes home. Mom, I didn't know that we stole America. Right? Then they can sue. Critical race theory is a way of thinking about America's history through the lens of racism. And there is no way to look at America's history without looking at so-called racism, which you Edomites, in the way that you practice racism, is absolutely wicked. Okay? You made it about color. You're the only nation of people that ever tried to rule over another based upon color, which is stupid, and made all of these lies. You removed the landmark. You did everything backwards. Now, nations have always ruled over other nations. That's happened. That's history. But the way you did it was a very, very wicked and evil and the degrading way. You see? Goodness gracious, man. And you're going to pay. And you've been trying to cut us off since Cain. But here it is. We're here. And our hands are on your heel, man. Now, let's see here. You can read up more on that. I'll jump to this article. Because they're through. All right, they're through. Let's get this other article I had. Give me 1 second here. Florida bill would ban making white people feel discomfort about racist history. State Senator Shervin Jones says the bill will prevent Americans from learning the truth of their past. You always got their controlled opposition. Let's get a precept real quick. This is the book of Sirach, the 41st chapter, and the 5th verse. The children of sinners are an abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. Okay? And remember, your children pay, the fathers pay eventually through their children's on down the line, man. In the generations, it says 3 or 4 generations, it says the inheritance of sinners, which this was your so-called inheritance. This is why you see a lot of angry Edomites walking around America in particular, because this was supposed to be their inheritance. This was supposed to be what they passed down and what they worked so hard for, right? But what they're starting to figure out is that their own elite don't give a shit about them. Okay, Amalek has taken the blessing and said, we're out of here. Okay, they're on spaceships. They're going, try to leave Earth's orbit. They got all of these underground bunkers. While you everyday Edomites who for years have taken pride in this Edomite supremacy mindset, you only get to enjoy the look. Really, you don't have a damn thing. They look at you just like they look at us now that they're getting ready to establish their full NWO. All right? So this is why you see a rise in division in the lower level Edomites are cursing out the bankers. Okay? Because ultimately they're divided. They're like, how, you guys screwed us. All right? It's like, yeah, we get to, because you had your little part, in the early Americas, where you could, kick us in the ass, hang us from trees, take pictures, and, be able to enjoy the privilege of being but, it's fading. It's tainted. Shameful spewing has been thrown upon your glory. Okay? And don't think just because you are at some of those marches with Jake, which Jake don't know what the hell they doing, that you somehow are going to be excluded from judgment. All right? So the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and that's what's getting ready to happen, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. And you are the posterity. You're the remaining remnant of Edom. All right? The children will complain of an ungodly father. Yeah, that was wrong. They had that look in their eyes like they really care. And just watch, Eve's getting ready to be coming up to the camp, losing their damn mind. Okay? Yesterday, they came up to camp losing their damn mind. Everybody's bugging out. Okay, people full of this taco sauce. They're getting ready to flip some switch. Something's happening, all right? The full moon had people losing their damn mind. It's a weird vibe out here, man. And Esau's crazy. So he about to be coming up to the camp screaming all types of stuff, man. Because, look, what does it say? He sought it carefully with tears. He's hurt. And they're getting ready to play the blame game heavily. Okay, they're getting ready to set up false flags. They're getting ready to lay it all on the line because they're in desperation, man. Nothing's working. You through, homie. All right? The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. And see, what's happening is the Lord is making inquisition. See, you're being called out. That's why you see these particular pastors now. They're Edomite pastors. They got to talk about Esau now, and they're trying to, they're on the ropes. They're watching these videos secretly. Okay, trying to laugh it off, but really they are worried. Wouldn't you be if you did all of that wickedness? Okay, a fugitive. When you know how you feel or felt when you did something wrong that you could possibly get in trouble for, you worried. Go find out. Damn. Well, imagine what he's done. Remember, Babylon's sins have reached up to the heavens, man. Like you've done too much. I'm not even finna sit here and start naming what you've done, man. All right, but your pedophile actions, everything, man. Man, that's just a drop in a bucket of your evil, man. See, the thing is, we don't even have to bring up slavery for you to be condemned. But that's just a big part of it. And what did the Lord say? If you touch the apple of his eye, man, woo-wee. Matter of fact, let's get that. Zechariah, Zephaniah, maybe Zechariah. Zechariah 2:8. For thus saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. And that's the Israelites. Okay? And it's all good, man. You know, all we have to do is sit back, continue prophesying, perfect our ministry, get better. Okay, the imperfections we got going on in our spirit, purge them, and just get ready for judgment, man. That's it. Revelation 18:5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. So, you Edomites, here it is, you have Amalek on the Day of Atonement praying to the Lord for their sins to be, no. What the hell is wrong with you? You Edomites are crazy. Anyway, where were we? This is 2nd Esdras 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. And then you jump down. Okay. 18, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell on the earth, upon the earth, man. And that's what's happening. This place is being visited. Okay, you got snow, snow in particular deserts. Okay, volcanoes erupting. I mean, we go through a particular news story. Let's just click on particular news stories. We ain't gonna go through the articles like that, but let's just read some of the things that are going on in Babylon, man. Israel hit by massive flooding. Okay. Now I thought the chosen people were over there. Snow falls in the Sahara Desert, man. Now this happened a few times before, but this is a rare occurrence. Ice blankets, okay. The dunes in rare desert phenomenon after temperatures plummeted overnight. The air feels weird. People are bugging out. Okay. People are complaining everywhere. Okay. People are losing jobs. The plan that they had with this whole juice is backfiring. Now one of the main, taco sauces they were promoting, they said, look, they're gonna take it off the shelf or stop promoting it because it's causing heart issues, heart failure. We'll go to more of these articles in the next in News and Prophecy, but the point is this: the Lord is visiting this place. This place is being visited, and you could feel it. So, verse 18, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. Okay? This thing, all right, that E made you people go out there and run and boast in and say, I got this and I got that. Now, look, it's backfiring on you. Now the women who got it, okay, they got to lie. because ain't nobody want to deal with them. Look at this. Complete hell, man. And who's at the forefront of it all? You Edomites, man. All kinds of relationships are being ruined. Family structures are being ruined behind this BS. And it comes to find out it's all a sham. They're reneging on everything they said. It's not working. So you just wait till the next false flag they come with, because the charagma is next. You Edomites ain't got long, man. Anyway. Oh, man. Good thing there's a victory promise for the elect, man, because you would lose your damn mind trying to figure out which way to go here in Babylon, man. Verse 19, and I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Sion shall be fulfilled. And who's Sion? Israel, the Israelites. Okay, but what did he say he would do? He would make inquisition of them who have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. As it says in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, I will no longer hold my tongue as touching their wickedness. And that's what's happening. That's what this whole thing is all about. Inquisition is being made of you Edomites. Psalms 9 and 12, when he maketh inquisition for blood, which you will have to pay for the blood you shed. Going back to Genesis 9, what does it say? And surely your blood of your lives will I require, at the hand of every beast will I require. Look what you did to the animals. And at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. So you Edomites, going even back to Cain, have a whole hell of a lot of blood on your hands. So when the Lord maketh inquisition, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble, man. And when you go into prophecy, the elect will be crying about the oppressor. Let's look up this word, inquisition. Darash. Darash, to resort, to seek with care, to inquire. So you're being sought out with care. You're being cross-examined. You're being inquired of. You're being investigated. And you feel the heat. To practice, to study. Now everybody's talking about Esau's wickedness, man. Everywhere you go. TikTok. Although it's a bunch of, you got to be careful with that. Because what TikTok can do is they can take a shortened part of someone's speech and make you to believe that they were saying this or saying that, when really you got to watch the whole thing. Be careful with that goddamn TikTok. But there is a lot that exposes Esau on there. YouTube. But what happened is it got so bad that, let's say, a small hat now is the CEO, and since she's been in there, hey, they're knocking everything out. You can't speak against pedos. If you speak against pedos and you expose them too hard, you get cut. Okay, you speak against the the red human fluid they drink. All right, that chrome, you get cut. Because they're being exposed at a rapid rate that it's driving them crazy. Everybody's figured you devils out. So look, to be required of blood, you're being required of the blood you shed, E. See that? Inquisition, man. Cross-examine, baby. Require. You're being followed. See that? You're being followed. You're being, all right, looked at in a way that you're not used to. So anyway, reading a little bit of this article, Florida bill will ban making Edomites feel discomfort about their history. A Florida state senator is pushing back on a bill aimed at protecting E, all right, from feeling discomfort or guilt. This nigga has to have a bill presented to make him feel, all right, comfort from the guilt of what he's done and what's being talked about. That's crazy. Hey, what's that? Jeremiah 50. I always bring this out. Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. Give me 1 second, let it come up. We'll go back to it. But it says the Republican bill called individual freedom would prohibit private businesses and public schools from training staff and students about racism in the U.S. in a way that makes them feel discomfort, guilt, anguish, or in any other form of psychological distress. And that's what you Edomites are going through, psychological distress. Remember, you're a fugitive. So anybody bringing up what you did as a fugitive, it's going to stress you the hell out, man. You at the gas station, right? All right. 2 years ago, you hung Jake from a tree and you got away with it. But you're at the gas station and you see somebody that you think may have been there. And you're like, was that motherfucker who ran away? Damn, I wonder if I heard somebody was, oh my God. You're distressed. You're on the edge of your seat. You can't relax. And you're an Edomite. It says, what worries me the most is not telling the truth in American history. So-called black history, all right, at that, and shielding students from the civil rights movement, which the civil rights movement was set up by E. And all of the heads of that thing were alphabets. Okay, and what did they do? They used civil rights to create all kind of rights. Okay, the alphabet rights. Everybody get the women's rights, this rights. Well, black people want it. Well, we can all do it. Come on, man. And this is why they disrespect you, Jakes, by saying, all right, your struggle is no different than the alphabet struggle. All right. It says from slavery and rendling and things that happen, and to ensure that we don't go back to those times. All right. And they never left. It's just now more of a corporate, Jake is better off, they can use you as a pawn in their game. You're better off, in their hands than hanging on a tree. So they can put you in front of the TV and say, look, things aren't that bad for your people. Look at this nigga. Instead of hanging you from a tree and physically buck breaking you, they make you put on a dress. Okay, or they put you in some fake relationship, and then your woman just completely just trashes you, cheats on you. Then Jake is pushing this whole open relationship thing where I'm okay with my woman getting smashed by other men. Shit, I'm doing it. That wicked. They're using you Jakes to promote all kinds of wickedness. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, Jim Jones, Shaquille O'Neal, all of these clowns. Hey, we can't hang them and physically, openly destroy them. Let's use them for our agenda. Neely Fuller goes into that good, Anyway. Oh, boy. I mean, you look it up on your own. I know brothers are going to do videos on it. I know the Elder Malcolm is going to have a ball with this one. Oh, man. Hurt. You Edomites are just hurt, man. I just wanted to go into that real quick. Job 27:13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and a heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive from the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, which you hear, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. What does that mean?
That you are preaching about, it's all about love. It's all about love. Do you love me?
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 13. And make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. Follow peace with all men. And
Hey, man. Hey. Chill. Hey, let's close out. Close out. Finish reading, man.
Now, let's get this real quick. He's trying to pass a bill. You can't talk about me, nigga. And it's only gonna heighten. It's only gonna be pushed more. You know, we don't even feel like we can walk outside anymore. And they're gonna be showing the Israelites. They make us feel so bad. I mean, it wasn't me. And you Edomites are the worst thing going, man. Look at Karen. Ecclesiastes 8 and 9. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And that's where you at, E. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy. And you're in the Holy Land. And they were forgotten in the city where they had done so. This is also vanity. Own hurt, man. Man. You gonna suffer the fate of the Egyptians, but in a whole nother, a whole nother way, man. But anyway, I know brothers are gonna get a kick out of this one, man. Through. This is the you Edomites are through, man. I'm gonna just say it like that. Hey, shalom.
That's why I was trying to prove a point.
Don't fucking shit here all day long.